do it. Show us that they did not come sleepy today, that they're fully online, alert, have all their caffeine and their ducks in a row. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing not a game 3. I think this is just a bit too strong. LBZS, you said it yourself perfectly at the beginning. They needed to act like a pigeon playing chess. This is still them playing quote-unquote normal Dota. The only off-kill to pick is like chess. This off-lane Marcy, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's not a poop on the board. It's like we had it literally yesterday. Like I wanted to see something shocking. Do a Broodmother, go all in on a push draft with like a Beastmaster and Lone Druid. Huskar them. Huskar Oracle them.
That would have been some good
really
stuff.
Thrown for a loop. But I can understand that if you're learning how to play good Dota and you just see this as a step in your journey of playing good Dota, then it makes sense to just pick what you think is the best draft possible and do that instead of hoping to, unsettle a team that's looked rock solid.
Yeah. And I mean, you do have to find yourself in a position where you're improving as a team and as a whole, not just in these situations where you can win out on cheese, but when things get really real, then suddenly things just completely fall apart. So it makes sense, and it's there's still TI qualifiers coming up. And LBZS will be involved in those qualifiers, and if they want to give themselves the best possible shot, they need to become masters of the meta, not just masters of cheesy situations. So let's see what they've got. Not their last bite at the cherry here in the ESL One Malaysia qualifiers. They still have the lower bracket run to consider. However, there's a lot of teams there that they might not want to face who are on the come up as well. So much easier to go through the easy road of the upper bracket. I don't know if this smoke gank is going to get them anything though. I think PP just wants to get out some vision, but he might be met by Ori. Yeah, Ori. Oh, Ori actually doesn't see it. Nicely done.
Very good. And that also means that LBZS did see that ward go down.
Hey. Got him.
Yoink.
Got him.
Very nice. Yeah, as far as the laning stage is concerned as well, especially with that ward now being down, PP is going to have himself a good time right up to level 6, and then he immediately needs to get ready for, well, the running at him to begin. And you have a Dawnbreaker, you have a Warlock, you have a bunch of combo breakers to come in. But you're a Zeus. You might just die before the combo is broken.
Yeah. And you'll just be like, oh, I actually have 0 HP. To make matters even worse, they're playing into this Earth Spirit who will buy the Spirit Vessel. Then even the Solar Guardian is not going to save you. You'll find yourself just tanking this damage and being like, well, this is actually not helping anybody. Shadow Ward is not going to help you out at that point. As Kagome, nicely done. Hey, Kagome ends up stealing away a bounty rune. Detachment might here. Nice, fine. He's fine. Shadow Word, busted spell. He's cool.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Like, I didn't count on Shadow Word. It is very busted. But I was going to make a joke about how he needed to detach himself from this Razor immediately.
Detach yourself from Razor or be detached from life.
Yep. He will happily separate the two for you.
So what's this lane going to look like down on this bottom side of the map? We know what this detachment wants to do. Just give Kagome Shadow Word as much as possible. We have sometimes seen Void as an answer to this Razor off lane, just as a way to get away from the damage. But looks like XXX's solution to this is, well, I'm never going to link Razor. I'll just link detachments instead.
Yeah, and that illustrates perfectly how this lane is going to go. Like, we're going to get this Razor a couple of levels because he isn't very tanky to start off with. And afterwards, especially if they can detach detachment from his Void, this man is such a good name. We're going to see them run at the Warlock. Warlock is completely defenseless. His Void has nothing to help him with. And as a Warlock, you're just biding your time here until you can't hold the lane anymore, and you hope that you drew enough attention for your Void to be able to stand solo.
Put your body on the line, detachments. Do the right thing. XXX is coming in to drain some more. Does he have Shadow Word? He has it in 7 seconds, but XXX not going to take the risk of chasing him at all. So things will slow down there a little bit. As obviously we have Earth Spirit shenanigans right behind, dragging in this wave and making sure that the wave is favorable in the equilibrium side of things. Let's take a look over on this top lane with this off lane Marcy. She got the assistance from this Dawnbreaker. However, Dawnbreaker is now very far forward. Salad will Sally Hammer out, but might still end up dying here. Unfortunately, the slow just not enough on this Winter Wyvern, and she's going to be able to walk away on Salad, popping the Sour for good measure, so everything's going to be fine.
And you have to realize that Winter Wyvern is a great trading hero, but not a great killing hero, because her percentage damage is percentage of current HP, so she becomes vastly less impressive. And here comes the power.
Okay. You said it in the draft, Marcy, Dawnbreaker, an obscenely powerful lane, and we see why they're so powerful. They have this incredible reach advantage between the rebound and the Sally Hammer. I like that LG, because they're playing this more as a core and they're relying on Salad to open up space for them, not going for the super early points into the dispos, opting instead for the sidekick so that they can get the necessary damage if they catch a hero out so they can get the kill. I like this as an option. You're relying more on being able to execute somebody rather than just like hoping that displacement will do the trick for you.
Yeah, and has had a fair bit of nerfs as well, right? It used to be pretty ridiculous, and now it's just moderately ridiculous. You're not getting enough distance out of it, especially not versus two heroes that have decent ways to get away from you. Just invest in the damage, slap them down before they can get away.
Somewhat quiet game relative to game number 1, where not as much you needed aggression, but bottom, here's the... Yep, that's what you talked about. As soon as these levels come out, detachment's in danger, but Kagome doing a pretty good job of zoning back XXX. Doesn't have a point into the bash though, so can't actually kill him in that situation, but his intervention certainly will save the life of Detachment. Detachment now also comes in with the Fatal Bonds, and ha! Take that! Haha! So much fun. But he's just alive, that's the exciting thing.
Yeah, and he cancelled the self with that.
Hey.
Pretty neat. Yeah, both supports on their respective safe lanes are the targets here, and they're going to be the targets for any rotations from the puck as well, or from an, you know, Zeus pressing R.
It's a little bit ridiculous to me sometimes that Zeus can just press R and have so much influence on the map. You don't have to aim or anything, you just do it. A little bit weird.
He pays in a lot of other aspects, right?
I mean, he used to until he got this stupid heavenly jump spell. Now it's like, it's hard to kill. It's weird. I don't know. So, quiet game. Who does this kind of slow, more considered pace early on, where it's all about the farm? We don't see that many trades happening either, where both the safe lane supports are sitting super far back. Which team benefits the most from this current status quo?
It's really hard to say, actually. Like, Aster has the higher pace lineup, so you think that they'd want to be ahead a little bit more by now. But on the other hand, we haven't seen any possible puck rotations coming yet. This laning stage hangs in a very weird kind of balance, because now the catapult wave spawns, and this is where you'd either see supports coming to mid to try and kill the Zeus, coincide with level 6 on the puck, or you'd see the Zeus angling, the puck angling for a rotation off to a side lane if he can get a rune on 6 minutes.
Already has cracked the 6 now. Can get assistance. Where is Baboka at? He's still chilling bottom, helping out XXX. They might want to put some pressure onto Kagome. I think he was hoping to try and kick him back so he stayed in range, but they have drawn the rotation from Salad as well. So there's 3 heroes down bottom for LBZS, and they're going to try to utilize these heroes by jumping onto XXX. Unfortunately, they lack the reach. Sally Hammer already committed by Salad, and they can't get close enough to the Razor to threaten him. So it does feel like a somewhat wasted rotation here. So Salad, very fortunately for him though, LG is not necessarily in a position where he's going to die off the back of this. But here's the mid rotation you're talking about. They're making the jump. Dream Coil out onto the Zeus. And there is going to be some assistance coming in with these supports. Baboka gets the roll forward, but PP able to escape with the heavenly jump. LG comes middle now as well. Rebound into the dispos onto Ori. And they will be able to find 1 kill, make that 2. Salad able to get the cleanup onto the Winter Wyvern as well. Hastrun is out onto Detach, or Salad rather, but can't get in front of Baboka to block off the rolling boulder. So don't dive the tower. Come on. Relax. It's just a spirit right now. All right. That's a great response from LBZS. They read it just like you did. They knew that the rotation would come eventually. Zeus not only manages to survive, but with the assistance from the team, able to get the kill onto the puck instead.
Excellent. And that is the Dream Call down for a little bit. That is, most of the supports now accounted for in mid. And I think Aster went for it, especially because they thought that the Dawnbreaker was still going to be bot. So she TP'd there. She did not have another TP scroll. He was going to have to walk. And instead, I'm not sure how Boca misses out on the haste rune there, but the fact that Salad is able to get that is huge.
Salad can just show up a lot faster in that fight, create the pressure, alleviate it from the Zeus. It was a very nice movement from LBZS, and if they can keep stringing together moves like that, this game does look quite promising for them. Of course, they're still getting pretty decent safe lane farm on Kagome, and with Puck, like you mentioned, was being accounted for on the map and also had to port back into a position from the top lane, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for the next rotation to happen, at least up until the power rune, but they should be prepared for this. Kagome needs to start already thinking about where to go, as more pressure should be coming bottom from Aster. And as I mentioned it, here's the pressure onto detachment. They want to find this kill. Eye of the Storm does get committed, and that's going to be a quick pickup onto this Warlock. All right, Kips, we need to talk about this. That's going to be the first of how many? PP is coming. Does have quite a bit of spell damage, and Kagome does have the bubble. They should commit this. He doesn't want to commit the bubble, and it's the right decision. Very, very considered play, and they make sure that they can keep the bubble for the next push.
Yeah, because what LBZS is doing here, and will have to keep on doing, is playing reactive and spending as little of their resources as possible every single time to react to these things. And it's going to require a lot of map foresight. It's going to have to make sure that you have the right TPs to come in at the right times. People need to be in places, which is very delicate. Once again, chess game, but they seem to be playing it better this time around. And holding these spells in reserve means that Aster, next time, they still have to think about this Chronosphere. If you drop it there, then they're gonna run at your top lane immediately, and they're doing that anyway.
Yeah, just
so
LG
here comes the Void TP.
Gets level 6, throws out the Unleash onto the Juggernaut, and with the Void coming in as well, they really want to find a bubble onto somebody. Who's it gonna be? Baboka in the trees, but they're gonna save the bubble again. Time dilation is out, and we didn't talk about this part, but it has huge ramifications for this game. Bubble does finally get dropped to make sure Winter Wyvern cannot escape. No bashes. Kagome, your bash button, my friend, it's a little bit broken, but will eventually get one. Double kill now picked up. However, Team Aster wants to respond immediately. LG forced to rebound away into the trees. They really want to chase him down. Ori will bring him down with the Waning Rift. And both of these cores come up top. As soon as they saw the Chronosphere getting dropped down, they're like, all right, it's safe for us to go to that side of the map. But they can't necessarily salvage the fight. It still ultimately will go in favor of LBZS.
Yeah, and they don't actually bring enough numbers here to make sure that they can split it up and get more kills out of it, because there is a very low Dawnbreaker. There were ults on both of the heroes from Aster, but they don't really have the numbers, so instead they just commit on the secure kill, get the enemy offlaner out of the way, and then split back up to farm, which is, I don't want to say a waste for 2 TPs, but it's once again not quite where they want to be.
One thing I will also say about this offlane Marcy in this game, she didn't get to have a game the last time we saw her, as now we see her in this bottom lane. Solar Guardian coming in. They should have the damage to kill XXX despite the drain, but when she's playing this core role and she's able to get these levels, she's level 8 right now in the first 10 minutes, she does actually an absurd amount of damage. And it's not just only the fact that the damage is good in these situations against like Razors and the like. Even Jug, as we saw top, can't actually play into her spin. Who cares about spin? I've got Unleash, I've got this right click damage. Can just punch you through your magic immunity.
She brings the straight up physical. And that we can see that this Razor is now in trouble, because there's both physical as well as magical burst on LBZS, and Razor not very tanky versus either. He bought quite a lot of armor, but he's going to have to farm up a BKB while still being a very tempting target to bring down. Razor only really good things long fight.
Will they be able to get these kills? Kagome. Oh my goodness. LBZS has been listening to you. You said it in between the games that they needed to be able to bait more often with Kagome's Weaver last time. This time he puts his life on the line as this Faceless Void. Team Aster take the bait. LBZS, they're immediately with the counterplay. Detachment right behind the Faceless Void so he can drop the Golem, as well as Zeus sitting very patiently with the Thunder God's Wrath, not using it for any other purpose, knowing that that gank was going to come. And they defended quite well. I mean, they did try to also deward the area. They've got sentries on both positions, but They weren't expecting this uber deep ward from Aster, but it ends up not being something to care about. Now Kagome feels so much more comfortable pushing out into this lane. He's got bubble again in 2 seconds. Wow, LBZS. Gotta love what they're doing right now in this early game.
They're staggering their TPs and their ultimates quite beautifully because, yeah, there's now again a chronosphere when there's not a rock, and soon they'll have a rock without a chronosphere. This attempt from Aster to break through the bottom lane is going to get repelled, at least for the moment. Now Ori shows up, and I think that makes the situation untenable for LBZS. Yeah, they're gonna bail now.
They held it for as long as they could, but 12 minutes into a game without us having a single tier 1 tower drop. Only the first one to be taken right now by Team Aster in this bottom lane.
Thinking about it. Void has TP. He has a mom.
Does have TP, does have Chrono. They bring in the Solar Guardian first though with the Dawnbreaker. They get the jump onto Baboka. Code Embrace will keep him alive for now as XXX wants to bring down at the very least Salad. He's going for more though. He's stolen not that much damage, but Eye of the Storm is doing work at the moment. Both supports will end up falling. The creep wave will demolish the tower. They end up losing their tower in the top lane as well, but they get the bonus of the 2 supports on top of it. And you're feeling good as XXX. Finally, he's been involved in the game without him being the primary target that ends up dying. This gets him closer towards having BKB and being allowed to play in these team fights.
Exactly, and this was the scenario for him, right? You get to turn on the Eye of the Storm, you get to link, you get to get that minus armor stack up a bit before you're actually properly engaged into the fight, and they just couldn't burst him. And the other decision that happened there is that they actually dive very deep behind the tower. If you dive onto the tower itself, the Void can come in and chrono you all in that small area. But if you go into the back, the Void will have to walk up, then jump, then chrono, and he might not catch all of you because you're spread out over a bigger distance.
Yet again, we see Team Aster with strategic movements, being able to get some things accomplished on the map. Well, LBZS part though, this hasn't come like last game at a massive detriment because they are still finding farm on their cores. Kagome doing decently well, almost has the Maelstrom online, but PP is the one that we really need to watch out for. Has the Kaya going straight in for the Aghanims. Still not having BKB queued up just yet, but it's certainly going to become a much more pressing need as this game extends. Hasn't been punished yet though. 2-0 and 3 so far, so his team has been doing a good enough job of enabling him to just continue to stay in the backlines and not be the first person engaged on by Team Aster.
Exactly, like, as long as they can't see you, they can't touch you. Just stay back, but it's gonna become hard. Like, Boboka is queuing up the BKB. That's how much they know they need to get at this Zeus and survive the engagement. That said, Boboka not surviving this one.
Yep, BKB will be delayed because he's about to lose his life here. Ori, though, did get the turnaround with the Dream Coil. Big Winter's Curse coming in onto 2 heroes. It's only the 2 supports, though. Oh, LG, sorry, one of the offlaners. My bad, force a habit.
Mercy.
LG coming forward, and there's PP dropping the Thunder God's Wrath. At that point, you just needed the damage to get the kill. And normally it would be like, oh, this kind of sucks, but here you're already pushing into the tier 1 tower. More important to kill the hero, then get the tower, than to reserve the ultimate at this point.
And this strategy from LBZS seems to be working for now. Aster still hasn't found something to hold on to and start leveraging their possible momentum. There's the BKB from XXS though.
This is a big item.
There.
It's kind of absurd that this hero peaks as high as he does on BKB. And look at Team Aster, we spoke about this yesterday. As soon as a big item is picked up, immediately rotation is being made. And here they come. Who will they come across? Regrettably, not that great targets. The Dire Scan will trigger onto the triangle, and they're going to avoid running headlong into Kagome and go into the triangle instead. It's Detachment here, who was hoping to face check and break the smoke, but like you mentioned, ships to the night, they just pass each other by. And Salad is not yet showing in this mid lane either, so they can't jump him just yet. Does throw in the Selly Hammer, actually goes forward with the hammer. This is an inopportune moment, to say the very least, to show yourself in the wave. Salad will get punished for that almost immediately.
Yeah. Hey, it's here. It's catapult.
Yay!
Huh. Weird how those timings keep working out.
It's almost
Team's
like they're
beautiful.
making triggered moves. Oh, Chrono.
Oh, this is good,
Brought
bro.
by Kagome, and there will be a Cone Embrace to buy space and time, but it gets followed up with the Chaotic Offering, not allowing the puck to get out of this. At the same time, though, Kagome might end up getting brought down
Nice.
because there is a reveal on this BKB Eye of the Storm.
Omni?
Omni Slash flying through from Monet with the spin onto LG as well. Will they be able to kill him? Not just yet. There will be a very nice rebound. LG not dead either because the Solar Guardian comes in. They buy time. Salad jumping forward at the Semi Hammer. Not going to be able to find anybody important though. And now a huge magnetize from Baboka will make Salad regret having gone this far deep. Get some of the bonus regen from LG thanks to that rebound. It's not going to be good enough though. There was a big ultimate drop by the Zeus as well. Brought XXX very low to death, but not low enough. So the only casualties of that fight are Kagome and the Ori puck. It is... I don't know, you drop the Chrono as well on LBZS. You're not happy about losing out on the Spaces weight, but how big of a deal is it for them to be able to kill the puck at this stage of the game?
Pretty huge. Ori's not happy with this. The takeaway I get from that fight is if you looked at that Winter Wyvern, I was like, the Chrono is here. Why is he not cursing? Why is he not cursing? And then I realized it's because he's waiting for the Warlock to drop the Golem as well, so he can turn the Golem against where it got dropped immediately. Plus, you're trading your one team fight reset against their two, which is the only way you can do it, because you only have one.
Yep.
Is beautiful patience from the Winter Wyvern, and I do think that leads to the best possible fight they could have had there, because the fact that the puck is split off to the side there, yeah, he did.
Actually, now that you mention it, I wonder if Pace's Way does die if it's not for the Infernal Golem hitting him during the Winter's Curse. Because a lot of the damage before the Eye of the Storm started really kicking in was coming from there, but it's also a decent synergy, right? Eye of the Storm minuses this armor, then those hits from the Golem are even harder than normal. Silent trying to run away bottom, might not be allowed to do so, but a little bit too much HP, so it gets up onto the high ground. XXX will let cooler heads prevail and allow the retreat. That fight though does change things and the status quo on the map, because yes, LBZS do get the puck out of this, but they commit much bigger ultimates on aggregate, in the sense that Aster, they have XXX with Eye of the Storm almost online all the time, and they feel a lot more comfortable just being able to siege without their ultimates than what LBZS can do. Ori? Coil snap onto LG. Can they get this kill onto the Monster? Yes, they can. Well, the question is, will anybody else die from this? But Boca will die, and Kagome gets off the time dilation. Ori is in a bit of trouble here. Look at this time dilation, how much work it's doing. The Winter's Curse will be there, but unfortunately for him, Shadow Word was there as well from Detachment. There will not be any escape. And Kagome gets the kill onto Ori, and now they stream into the Roshan pit. They want a date with the big man as a reward for claiming the life of the puck again.
And they have Chronosphere Chaotic Offering now. I would be very surprised if Aster finds a way to fight this like they want to. They're smoking. I can see by their movement that they're going to, but
I don't know about this.
I want to see them pull this off because they don't even have a Winter's Curse.
They have a GG slash and that's about it. They go into the pit right now. They drop the Chaotic Offering. There's Kagome with the Chrono. Only catches the BKB Razor though. Monet gets hit with the Thunder God's Wrath. Will throw off the Omni Slash. They do manage to bring down Detachment and his Chaotic Offering. How will they be able to escape from this though? And they bought the space and time. You want to see how they're going to make this happen. They might just have done so. Without Detachment being online, without the ultimates, yeah, they have no more tools to fight around this pit anymore. This is actually going to be Team Aster yet again in the advantage now. How do they keep doing this? It's the second day, Kibbs.
I don't know. Like, and the damage is online too, but the fact that the BKB from the Razor is up in the Chrono means that they don't actually have any ways to kill him inside the Chrono. None of the melee damage can get to him. And you can see the Void hesitate because he's like, as soon as he wakes up, he's going to link me.
Yep.
And I don't know what to do about that because I don't have a BKB.
Oh my goodness. Team Aster. Kings of the Roshan pit at this point in time because they simply cannot be stopped around this area.
Like, I just saw it happen and I'm still like, but how?
Just how? I mean, I think there was maybe a little bit of an early mistake because Zeus did drop the Nimbus Cloud onto the Roshan.
Yeah.
Instead of
Just
keeping
for
it.
damage purposes.
Yeah, this one to get the damage onto the big man, but that means you don't have it for the fight anymore. And maybe if they have the Nimbus onto Monet, because there was a moment where he was being bashed up by Roshan and he couldn't do anything. He was on like the edge of the Chrono. Maybe if they still have it like at max, it can help get him down, but I don't know. It's difficult to think about how to deal with Team Aster right now when their map movements are just so precise.
Yeah, and they keep on getting your Marcy now, and this is she used her BKB for that as well. Dang, that feels bad.
It's a fresh BKB too. Ugh. Well, that sucks. You always rather die than actually have your first BKB be used and then you die anyway. Feels so bad. And that gets XXX closer to getting a refresher. Remember, Kips, there was a point in this game where XXX was having a really awful time.
They were focusing him down really well. He was dying, and since the BKB, we have not seen that anymore because their physical damage hasn't been there for LBZS, and B, this Marcy has been dead a lot. And she is the physical.
Yeah. Until Kagome gets to this Monkey King bar, you were talking about it in the draft. Faceless Void has issues with damage dealing. Right now, all his damage is somewhat magical, given this Maelstrom. So these BKBs, the spin from the Juggernaut, uber protected. Speaking of Jug, we haven't actually spoken too much about Monet in this situation. He is closing in on getting a Blink Dagger for himself after finishing off this Maelstrom Manta. You like this build?
Yeah, we going for that Zeus, baby. We going for his face. Plus, if you have fast fingers, you can dodge Chrono.
Yeah.
But it's really mostly for going in this game, because as soon as you're engaged, you're going to have Fatal Bonds on you, right?
Yeah.
Blink Daggers are not really for escaping this game.
I mean, we did see last game, his fast fingers on Monet did allow him to dodge several black holes. So, might just be in Blink Dagger practice mode for this day. There's LBZS, they're gonna smoke up right now. They wanna try and find a fight. Monet able to get off the spin, and here's Kagome. Maybe looking for a possible Chrono target, but he's been linked up. He's out of damage. They have to leave LG alone. BKB has been used with the Unleash as well. Will it get her out of trouble? Yes, it will. Somehow LG is still alive. Okay, Kagome now jumping back. 2 heroes caught inside the Chrono. Thunder God's Wrath will be there. There's no Winter Wyvern. That's one of the big combo breakers. Kagome might die for this though. Can't manage to escape in time. Ori will be taken out though, as he was isolated from the rest of his team. So Kagome did manage to break up this engagement. So they get 2 out of this, but it's a troubling trend that it's yet again Kagome that ends up being the one to lose his life in exchange for this trade.
Yeah, because he is the one that needs to scale. He is the one that we're missing right now, whose physical damage is needed to work into those BKBs. The fact that the Razor can cut into this fight from the side and be completely unopposed against like 4 heroes grouped here, which leaves the Marcy in this corner, like that's rough. If your Void has physical, he can't do that. But you're not there yet, and that's the moment we're waiting for. And up until that point, XXS can just keep on cutting these team fights up like a knife through butter.
Gets worse because he's about to finish off the refresher orb as well. This is why Razor is so good in the meta right now. Can spend quite a lot of time trying to shut him down, but all he requires is 1-2 items, and then suddenly it's fully online. And then once he gets to this refresher, he's beyond online. So XXX feeling very, very strong in these fights. Kagome, once he gets BKB, does life meaningfully get easier for him? Because I'm looking at those draws from Aster, and it's like, you can't play into them without BKB. But even after BKB, you can still get cursed. You can still get yourself Eye of the Storm refreshed. You can still get yourself Omni Slashed. Like, it doesn't actually solve his problems that he has in terms of survivability in these fights.
In terms of survivability, I think it does, because you don't get silence anymore, and that is where suddenly your time walk starts to become a really big deal. Because right now he needs to be very careful to not jump into situations like this, because he's just dead.
Well, the silence is not going to be there. He's certainly going to die with the Solar Guardian. The question is, will his team get more, or will they just feed more? And it seems like it's going to be the latter. They've lost out on Salad as well. They're looking to try and bring down Detachment, who is going to get off a TP within the trees. Very nicely done by the Warlock there. Unfortunately, though, Kagome, 3rd death. These last several minutes have not been kind towards the Faceless Void. He was given so much space earlier on, given freedom to be able to farm up the map, utilize great Chronospheres, but they're just hunting him now. They've switched targets. They're like, well, we're not going to be able to get the Zeus at this stage of the game. Let's get the Faceless Void, who is a reasonable target in front of us.
Because they never have vision on the Zeus. And the way that they pull this off is beautiful as well, because Aster is showing 2 heroes on the top lane as if everybody's behind them, right? They have dewarded the entire triangle. Monet is pushing top like everybody's right on there, and that means that the 3-man gank squad comes in, they kill the Void, and the reactions come in to save the Void, so they don't even have the tools to punish Monet, who's like standing in front of their base, mooning them at that point. Basically, it's like, yeah, your Void is dead and you can't touch me. What are you gonna do about it?
I'll try to get the consolation kill. Yeah. it does feel like whenever they're able to bring down Pick You on this Winter Wyvern, this is the key to success in some regard. No more combo break, no more heal. But it's hard. It's difficult to get to him reliably, especially because you don't want to be the one putting your own heroes further forward. Because it's not that hard for Team Aster to catch them out either. We do not have BKBs for anybody outside of this Marcy or LBZS, so the safety drop-off is just too dangerous to go forward. And PP still not buying BKB, opting instead for an A on Dusk on a Zeus.
Makes a lot of sense, especially with the Jug having a Blink and with a Razor in the game who might also buy a Blink eventually. Like, what you're going to want is to live, and you're hopefully for your team to counter-initiate on them instead of putting yourself in a position where if they put enough physical on you, you still die. I like this actually. This is a better choice than the BKB. And the Void has now finished his. They would have loved to have that. And they're smoking immediately, but by now the Winter Wyvern's up again.
Yeah.
They're gonna run straight into them.
Okay, they do force out an early BKB from XXX, so if they can get away from this fight, it might be good. Ori, in the meantime, will be able to catch out Salad. Would he get bubbled? Yes, he will. There will be a cold embrace, though, to buy space and time. However, there is a Nimbus Cloud on his face as well. They will drop Winter's Curse. BKB from Kagome will not prevent that from happening. Now Monet looking for more kills on the backlines here. Omni Slash comes in, they find the Zeus, and then now the bounces onto Kagome will force him to leap onto the high ground. But we're seeing here the value of this Blink Dagger. Like you said, it's meant to hunt the Zeus, and it accomplishes its goal as they manage to bring down 3 heroes in front of the tier 2 tower. Team Aster still looking hella strong on the map, and they might be able to just push this tower without worrying about too many ultimates because all that's left is Chaotic Offering.
It is, yes. I mean, their Puck is pretty empty as well, right? They have a Puck on half health. It's okay, but they'd really rather get something. Yeah, they're still hunting. They know this is not enough, so they're looking for Kagome, and Kagome, to his credit, is giving his team vision while not actually giving the opportunity to kill him away either. It's very hard to murderize him now without the Puck being there.
A lot of tools required. Does have to be a little bit careful in the 20-second window before his BKB is back online, but as you mentioned, they have enough strength and Team Aster not feeling confident enough to keep their push going. So they'll vacate the area. Roche is going to be up in a minute. We've seen how impactful these Roshan fights can be, and XXX top lane. The Razor finds LG. There's the Dream Coil as well, but the BKB turnaround, they might want to actually try and turn and take this fight. Kagome's here as well. XXX gets off the secondary refresh, but it's not going to matter. Pick You with the usage of the Winter's Curse has an LG Unleashed Marcy, which will beat down the Warlock, but it's not going to come for free. You're going to get taken down yourself. And Monet blinked into this fight though. This Blade Fury with the Aghanim Shard upgrade, making the Blade Fury super strong. And Monet with the Blink, at least getting immediate revenge for his offlaner. I don't know how Monet keeps doing this, but these situations that should be favorable for LBZS, Monet says, nope, we're equalizing it and or making it better for my squad instead.
Yeah, but that was definitely a slip up by XXS. Like, he is correct to go forward again because his refresher has just come off cooldown. He's ready to take another fight, and he knows that they want to keep up the higher pace as well. That was a little bit of a waste. But the point I was trying to make is that you still can't do it if your team is not behind you. Like, I don't care how strong you are right now, and the fact that you're correct in going is, yeah, sure. But Ori's not there, Monet's just too far away, and Razor, this build with the refresher is not actually very survivable. You didn't build any stats at all apart from like the 10 strength on the BKB. You're confronted by 4 heroes, you are going to die. He actually needs the Satanic before he can do stuff like that.
Doesn't have a Satanic, doesn't even have a casual plate mail to help him out, being a bit beefier against some of this damage. And it's one thing if you're only dealing with the Faceless Void, but in that situation he ran headlong into LG, who very dutifully was able to turn around and whack him in the head. Now though, LG and the gang are going to smoke up. They want to reveal a Blink Dagger, which is en route to this Basher for this Marcy. They know that Roshan is up, and they also see what can happen if they don't take a very decisive fight before trying to go into the pit. So we'll see what they can accomplish here. The full wrap is going to be on Monet. Not seen just yet, but they have to be aware that he is nearby. It's a very tense moment right now. Baboka rolls into the pit, doesn't find anybody.
Fearless.
And they smoke now as well from Aster. It's their turn. Smoke expires from LBZS. It's smoke time now from Team Aster. LBZS is a little bit skittish, and they move the Zeus to the bottom lane as well. So he's showing on the wave. They now know on the side of Aster that it's a lot safer to make the forward jump. And they go into Salad. They will get out some kind of defensive measure from the Dawnbreaker, but it's not going to matter. You can star break all you want. You're still going to end up dying. Baboka also finds Marcy in the trees. This is why Baboka Earthbird is such a treat. There will be a buyback into the ultimate with the Solar Guardian, which will buy some space and time. Chronosphere comes out now right after the Omni Slash. They've caught XXX as well as the Juggernaut. And with the help of the buyback, the Zeus spells, they actually do manage to kill both of them. Winter Wyvern held Kagome in position with the Winter's Curse, but it's not going to be good enough. 4 heroes will die. LBZS finally take a huge fight, and this time around they will not be dissuaded. Monet is dead, so that means the Roshan pit might actually be clear.
And I don't understand why the Winter Wyvern didn't drop the curse to save his jug there. He waited just a little bit too long. And maybe they don't win this at XSS. What did? Wait, he's just dead.
Kagome? Kagome? There used to be a faceless void. There are PP now on top as well, as the Aeon Dusk will get triggered. XXX runs him down with the Eye of the Storm. And now they are hoping to try and lock down LG, but LG does manage to at least get out. But yes, how does Aster keep doing this?
I mean, the Void doesn't have a BKB. It's all down to the Void not having a BKB, and I keep underestimating how important that is versus a puck, because he's just sitting down. Look at that bonus skill.
And guess who else didn't have BKB? It was Marcy. LG didn't have access to the glow up. No glow up means you are just dead up. And yet again, Team Aster, they don't start the Roshan, but they claim it in the end. Man, are these people Greyjoys? They reap, but they do not sow. Team Aster again, yet again.
That is... LBZS are doing everything right and still getting schooled.
Yep.
This must be so demoralizing. Like, you finally got your big fight. And we didn't look at it either because we felt that same relief. We were like, yes, finally, this is what your lineup can do. This is what you've been gearing up towards. They over-engage, you counter-initiate, you kill them. They're all dead. You go reap their rewards because they're all dead. And oh no, actually, the puck is alive. And despite the rest of his team being dead, XXS just buys back. They kill your Void in the pit. They yoink your Aegis. They, you know, flirt with your wife and then leave out the back door.
Grand Theft Aegis in that situation, coming in from the side of Team Aster. I mean, we spoke about it in the game number 1, how they play around some of these ultimates of LBZS, being willing to commit their lives to just try bait them out. And we didn't really see it all that much in this game because they've been, frankly, just heads up winning a lot of these engagements. But there they demonstrate that their thinking about how to deal with these spells is still there. The moment they're down and you know you don't have to deal with them, and you don't have to deal with BKBs, you buy back. But now though, BKBs are online again, ultimates are online again. All that's left is Chaotic Offering. It just came back. So they're hoping to find a fight, but Team Aster, as usual with this full court press, they're controlling the map in such a way that counter-playing them is really, really difficult. Look how far back they're playing right now when they have the read that LBZS is back with their ultimates and they don't have vision of them on the map anymore.
Yeah, and this smoke is about to time out, and you can see the wave of Aster heroes coming back forward, basically around the same time that that smoke times out. They know, man.
This will blade out for Monet.
Exactly.
This is scary. It's already been difficult
Blink
enough.
Abyssal.
Yeah, Blink Abyssal on him. Gets on top of anybody, they will die. Yeah, nobody is going to be safe anymore. Even Kagome using this BKB, not actually going to be safe. This just feels so tough. This game, though, you have to buy BKB, but it also feels insufficient. And it's already down to the 7-second mark, so very soon the BKB is not going to be online for too long in these fights, and then all the issues with the silences will return in full force once more.
Yeah, and I wonder if this is the point where you just start stacking EXP on your Void, hope you can get to 25, get to the backtrack, and see if you can get through this in the long fights. because Aster's damage is sort of limited. Like, if you get to wait out the Razor especially, you've got some shots here, but they'll hurt you during that time. A lot.
A lot of pain and suffering, especially given that there's some very important items. Baboka, I'm kind of surprised he didn't opt for a Spirit Vessel in this game, but the BKB Lotus Orb has been providing enough work and value that makes sense why he opted to skip it. And speaking of Baboka, is gonna get jumped on right now. Beautiful Winter's Curse to buy him a little bit of space and time here. Kagome gets off the GG chrono. The bubble will help to kill Winter Wyvern, but there's gonna be an Omni Slash from Monet. LG, my god, looking so much HP. XXX almost kills this Marcy right now. Not going to be able to do so just yet, but will run forward with the ultimate. They're still hunting for Kagome. The double Eye of the Storm, though, not going to be good enough to kill him just yet. They've only lost support so far, but one of them does not have buyback, so Team Aster might want to try and bring in this wave onto the high ground. The tier 3 tower is still standing strong, but they still have an Aegis for another minute. It would be so great to utilize the Aegis on this tier 3. And they know there's no more bubble. Jump forward from Ori to Hero Silence. Doesn't have the ultimate either on this puck. And KP just trying to do his best to throw in some damage with this Nimbus Cloud, but they still claim the tier 3 tower. Team Aster, though, are getting a little bit low on the HP. We are seeing Zeus slowly but surely getting a massive impact out of the static field. And with 10 seconds left on the respawns of their supports, Team Aster will beat a hasty retreat. But nonetheless, they get a free tier 3 tower with the last remnants of this Aegis. So beautiful to watch them play Dota.
Look at this rainbow of TPs. They saw Kagome.
What a reach.
I don't know.
Wow.
Did they even see him,
No,
or did
no,
they know it? Like, did he
no
show
vision.
a wave?
No, he didn't. He went like through the. He went through this way, like through the long way. So they didn't even see him. They just knew. They just had an awareness that he's gonna go top. What a player. Just what a team. What this is.
My jaw is on the floor. So, hey, I know I have like a boyfriend and stuff, but can I marry Team Aster? I don't need to like marry any of the players. Just like, yeah, the concept of Team Aster seems like a really good prospect right now.
Lana, check your DMs.
I'll send him an email.
Marriage proposal incoming. Oh my goodness. Jump onto puck. Onto the Zeus rather, utilizing the puck. And Zeus is dead. Doesn't have buyback. Silent is dead as well without buyback. LG trying his best, but unfortunately will end up dying to the right-click damage of Monet. 80 seconds before respawning, but Team Aster, as soon as they felt like, wait a second, we can just make this reach, they make it with no fear, and now they're going for tier 4s. Kagome will buy back, but your Team Aster, you're happy with this. Well, yet again in a situation where Kagome can just die heads up and then the game almost immediately ends.
He does have the BKB. Like, but the blinking whistle? No, like, they need to get Fatal Bonds onto Monet if they want to actually be able for Kagome to step forward and be a threat here. It's just that if detachment gets... Yeah, you got him. Okay.
Step 1, Fatal
pipe
Bonds.
blocked.
But
Pipe.
step 2, there's a pipe, so step 1 kind of irrelevant. Pipe on Winter Wyvern, just chillin', Satanic out on XXX. Monet has the MKB now. There's the Chronosphere catching on to 2, but where's the follow-up damage? Kagome all alone here as XXX goes to the back line to break up the fight, and now there's a Winter's Curse onto Kagome. That's a dieback. XXX is still very far forward. BKB with the Refresher Eye of the Storm. ILG is dead thanks to this Omni Slash. And that should be that. GG is called. LBZS throw in the towel. Team Aster claim the 2-0, demonstrating that they are the strongest team within the Chinese qualifiers. They are the final boss of the qualifiers. They booked a ticket into the grand finals. Only one best of 5 stops them from going to Malaysia. Damn, they look good today.
They look hot. This is beautiful Dota, and I feel like